Hey guys, I'm Ryan, and welcome back to another Tasting Tuesday video. Today we are doing the Del Maguey CHICHICAPA Mezcal. Mezcal is one of the fastest growing spirits in the United States. I learned when I was down in Cabo, we kind of learned from this one tequila tasting class that we did that they originally used to smoke the agave for tequila in these smoke pits in the ground, cover it with banana leaves and different vegetation, and they would smoke it for hours underground, kind of like you would smoke meat in Texas, or like the Native Americans used to smoke different meats before there was ovens, right? And then when ovens came around, they started baking the agave in the ovens, which did not give a smoky flavor at all. There was no smoke to it. It was just heat and time and breaking down that agave, and then you get a very sweet, rich spirit that we love, tequila. Tequila is my most watched videos on the channel. I can tell you guys love tequila. But mezcal is kind of the traditional way of making tequila. It is very smoky. It's also made from the agave plant. Tequila has to be made from the blue Weber agave, but there are multiple other varieties of agave plants in Mexico. Also, tequila has to be made in Jalisco, in Tequila, Mexico. I think you can make mezcal in any state in Mexico, and it can be from any agave plant. Most of them are espadín. Not sure what the agave used in the Del Maguey. Yes, it says 100% mature agave espadín. Is produced in the traditional, ancient, handcrafted way. Production is limited to exclusive quantities per year to preserve quality. No chemicals, colorings, or additives are used in any Del Maguey single village mezcals. So this is the CHICHICAPA. This is probably the top-rated mezcal from Del Maguey. A lot of people don't like Del Maguey. You find it everywhere. Most bars, it's their baseline mezcal they use in cocktails, the Vita. This is not the Vita. This is much more elevated. They have probably 10 or 15 different mezcals. Tepex Tate is one that I want to really try next. That agave plant specifically takes 25 to 28 years, I think, or it could be up to 30 years to reach maturity to where you can actually make it into mezcal. So they make a Tepex Tate. They make a bunch of different ones. Most of them are espadín and made in different villages in different ways. The CHICHICAPA is probably their most popular one right now. So let's get into the tasting. Wow, immediately hit with that smoke, but like a barbecue, like a grilled meat. It's got a savoriness to it. Behind that, I'm getting a little bit of espresso, hints of chocolate and vanilla. Wow, this is very rich. I can smell the spice. This is coming in at 48%. For tequila, they're all really going to be 40%. So mezcal, because it's this artisanal new thing, they are upping the alcohol level a little bit. I think it really intensifies the flavor, and I think it's a good move. 48's a little high, but it is CHICHICAPA, so this is one of the top-rated ones. They've definitely mended it into the flavor very well. It doesn't smell overly alcoholic. It smells spicy and smoky. Maybe a hint of like pepper spice. If you ever had those fruit bowls in LA, you get oranges and pineapples and all these different fruits, and they cover it with the tahina or the chili pepper and salt and spice on top. I'm getting a little bit of that spice. This is big. So this is not your typical mezcal. This immediately hits your palate, and that 48% explodes. It is strong. It is rich. The viscosity is big. I'm getting that smoke. The espresso has become like a coffee flavor now. There's like a dark chocolate, a little bit of berry, maybe like a dark raspberry, almost like a raspberry chocolate mix. But the smoke is kind of elevated through Wow. Definitely like red berries, blackberries, raspberries, chocolate, espresso, coffee. Those dark acidic flavors are mixing with that smoke perfectly. When we went to Cabo, the bartender we had at the resort, he said, "Oh, you got to have mezcal with these sliced oranges." And so he would slice up these oranges. My wife loves mezcal, so he would every time we'd come in for a late night drink, he'd see us coming, he'd go over and slice some oranges and bring her some new mezcal to try with the sliced oranges. And the bitterness, like when I put an orange peel in a coffee drink, like a coffee liqueur with whiskey or something, the orange and the coffee go really well together. And the coffee flavor in this, and the espresso and chocolate flavor, is really unique to mezcal. I mean, this is phenomenal. It's not overpowering at 48%. It's very drinkable. Now, if I drank 2-3 glasses of this, I'm sure my tongue would be burning, because even though it's made well and it's not burning like you would think it would at 48%, my tongue's going to feel it. This is not on the heavy smoky side. I think if you buy a Del Maguey, you're probably going to get the Vita, which they say is for mixing. And it says on the bottle, sip it, don't shoot it. I think even the cheap one says that. But it's going to be a lot smoky, more smoky on the cheaper one. It's going to be a lot less complex. You're not going to get as many flavors. You're going to get peppers and spice, maybe a hint of fruit, maybe a hint of pineapple or something. But this one with the chocolate and the espresso, and the way that they make this, it says it has lots of citrus. It says overtones of mint. Yeah, I think the mint is maybe the spice that I'm getting can be a hint of mint. This is a heavy hitter mezcal. This is fantastic. I could sip on this for hours. This is getting more complex with every sip. CHICHICAPA. Really amazing. And I mean, if you guys have really liked these videos, be sure to give it a like at the bottom of the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Really helps the algorithm and really helps us grow the channel. The videos that do really well have tons of likes. And so thank you guys. I hear your comments. I am hearing your suggestions. And I'm trying to get through like kind of a list that I had when I set out to make the channel with stuff like CHICHICAPA, where we've done a bunch of great tequilas, Fortaleza, Tequila Ocho. We've done some Japanese whiskeys like Miyagi-ko and Yoichi. We've compared El Tequiliano. We've had so many great spirits on this channel, and I'm trying to get through my list. And then I promise you guys, I'm gonna take requests. I'm gonna need requests to keep the channel going with a tasting every week. This is fantastic. I highly recommend this for the holidays. If you guys are looking for something unique, maybe you're not whiskey people, for the holidays, I recommended the Don Julio 70. If you like tequila, I recommend CHICHICAPA. If you guys like mezcal, this is a very rich, unique experience, much like the Don Julio 70, where this is going to be a whole new experience in mezcal for you. And I think that around the holidays, we're looking for, rich, bold flavors. We're looking to gather around with family and eat rich foods and drink rich drinks. And the CHICHICAPA delivers the espresso, the coffee, hints of berry and citrus, maybe a hint of mint, like it says on the bottle. The smokiness is not overpowering, and it really, really plays well. Out of all the mezcals I've had in Mexico, I came back and tried CHICHICAPA, and it is my favorite mezcal out of all the ones I've had, and so I highly recommend it. I'm going to give this an 8.8 out of 10. I think the Tepex Tate mezcals that I've had in Mexico, and some of them here, are a little more unique, and I might rate those a little bit higher. I haven't had the Del Maguey Tepex Tate. I'm looking forward to trying that next, but this is really great for Espadín. You won't find anything like this in the category. It is the most unique mezcal, I think. So Give it a try today, and until next Tuesday, enjoy the tastings.